Hello again, astrology lovers. How are you this evening? I thought it might be interesting for anyone looking at the history of COVID as it played out on the um, global stage to notice that in the years running up to um, COVID actually occurring, Pluto travels kind of down into the ecliptic plane. And if I fast forward this to 2020, 2018, 2019, 2020. By the time Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto are in alignment, Pluto itself is pretty tightly aligned with the ecliptic plane. Now, if I wind this on by just a few years to where we are now, oops, a daisy, to almost where we are now, you'll see that already Pluto has dipped below quite significantly. I mean, the distances are not my specialty, um, but that's quite a long way. I mean, that is equivalent, I guess. Um, Maybe the distance between Pluto's southern declination, is that the right expression? And um, and Neptune's orbit, the outer blue circle, is at least the distance from, I mean, I'm only guessing, but I would say it's at least the distance from Earth to Mars. And if we wind the clock back just a few years, you'll notice 8 years before the main event, it's further north. And we can keep going that way. And it soon becomes apparent that Pluto's hit in 2020 was also that it hit the ecliptic plane. And so I think this adds, um, it just adds another layer of narrative to what's happening already. You know, where would your imagination take you on this? I would be really interested to hear what people have to think about this. And I'm not going to put thoughts in your head. I just want people to extrapolate from it and share their thoughts and not just be sort of passive observers about it. The other thing is, if we're looking at particular dates of birth, then the personal planets here, let's take this example, April the 3rd, 2006. So someone born in April is traditionally is a sun sign Aries, but Mars is all the way over here. Venus is the more local influence. And okay, that's fine if you've got a Taurus ascendant or a Libra ascendant. Um, but you know, maybe you've got a completely different ascendant altogether. I wonder if astrologers can agree or would like to discuss the proximity of the various planets to that time when we're born and how that might influence us. I mean, there you've got someone born on the cusp between uh, Capricorn and Aquarius, and yet Venus is playing a hugely kind of influential role on the character of the individual in terms of sheer proximity. Um, how many astrologers actually do factor this in? And I I don't know the answer to that question because I don't study. Um, I'm not in a professional studying guild. I don't go to a college or university on this subject. So I'm asking the question of the online community, the public forum debate. I want to open this up, and you know, it's not an elite subject. We can all study it. So please share your observations and don't be um, cagey with them. It would be really helpful. Um, so if we wind this forward, there you can see there'll come a point where Earth will kind of be closer to Mars than anything else. We've lost it. But that might not necessarily be at, a kind of Aries time of year or a Scorpio time of year. It might just be that Mars has a greater influence on the lives of people born over those months. Where we're looking is January 2008, the beginning of the financial crash. Okay, so yeah, please share your thoughts on the subject. I would like to know more how people might care to visualize this for themselves. How do you normally work these things out? Are you purely a chart based astrologer, or do you look at the astronomy? I'd be really interested to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna close that now. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.